Okay, if you've watched my previous videos, you've seen that monstrosity there. What I'm working on is these. Most of you know that the most valuable part is the black epoxy, where the green fiber needs to be separated. I'm going to show you how I do that, or try to. Today's kind of a sad day. Gentleman that taught me a lot of what I know about this business, not everything, but a lot, passed away. Don't know what caused it, but he went peacefully, and it just put me in the mood to work on some chips today. I don't have but about maybe half a pound of these right now before the fiber's removed. Haven't weighed them, but I'll show you how I go about doing it. I don't know how well you can hear me over the fan, but it's hotter than shit today. So what I do, the lip right there, that it's like a step, I set that flat on the table and push down to get it started. That starts separating the black epoxy from the fiber. Then I take something like this. I made this using HDPE, well, shampoo bottles, and a piece of binding strap from a shipment. Get that started in there, lay it flat, just smack it. Separates quite nicely. You still want to save these. They're worth processing, but only if you have bulk, the fiber part. You can see the gold. There's some gold plating there. And I know it won't show up on my camera because I use my phone, but there's some of the gold bonding wires still stuck to the fiber. Just take it, stick it in a bag, take the chip, the epoxy part. I've got a cat litter bucket that's been used for this forever. Drop it in there with the, yeah, let me see if I can get a shot. Drop it in there with more chips. That's pretty much how I do it. Again, just take this, set it on the table, and give it a push. It'll start the separation. I've seen people struggle with air chisels, hammer and screwdriver, but you see how quick it is. You don't have to struggle. There's always a right way, a wrong way, and the way that works for you. The way that works for you will be better than any of the other ways because it works for you. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you're doing that wrong, unless you're working with chemicals. Then you might be doing it wrong. These ones with the metal cap, pretty much the same. Get it started. Ta-da! Magic. Not really, but that's the way it works for me. May not work for you, but it works for me. And to be honest, I was one that struggled with the screwdrivers and the hammer and chisel. Matter of fact, I've got a hammer right here because it's been a while since I've separated any of these. Just make your pile. There's a bigger one with the aluminum metal cap. Same way. See? Well, that one there, it the epoxy kind of broke apart. So let's see how this turns out. Same thing. Come right apart. The epoxy cap broke apart a little bit, but you want to save all these little pieces. These little pieces have gold bonding wires. You want to save it all. So make sure it goes in the bucket with the rest of it. Or the bag, or the jar, or the solution, whatever you decide to do, it's up to you. I no longer chemically process anything beyond acid peroxide. I choose not to. I would much rather pay a toll refiner to do it that's set up for it. Now that's as of right now. Later on I may change that. I don't know. But as of right now, I'm not processing anything. I think that may have been what got Frank. Sorry, neighbors mowing grass. See, there's one that's already separated. Hope the cap got put where it's supposed to go. As you can see, it's quite easy. Comes right apart. As I was saying about the fiber pieces, most, I can't speak for all, but most toll refiners will not touch these for you unless you have a couple kilos at least. I would say 5-10 pounds, which a couple kilos is what, close to 5 pounds. I've not ran any in AP to see how the foils come out. I've ran gold fingers, cell phone boards. I hate doing cell phone boards because of all the daggone solder mask. If you're going to do cell phone boards, the best way I've heard to do it is sodium hydroxide bath first. Get rid of all the solder mask, the epoxy that makes the solder mask. Then soak the board in acid peroxide. But as I said, that's what I heard. Or you may know something that works better, a process that works better than that. But the gentleman I base that information on about using the sodium hydroxide was Frank and Geo. I've heard Geo say it. So both of those guys knew what they were doing. And I use past tense because Frank's no longer with us. So I ask if you guys will keep his family in your prayers. And just remember, be safe when you're doing any of this. I don't have a mask on right now because all I'm doing is smacking them with the palm of my hand. I'm not using a grinder. I'm not using a damn Dremel tool like I've seen some people do to get the gold off of here. I'm not saying that's wrong, but it is highly dangerous. This shit kills people. There's a reason it was deemed hazardous waste. Because this shit kills people. In the state of Kentucky, it's illegal to throw it in the trash. I wish they would enforce that stricter, but it's starting to be enforced. However, people still get away with it. So there's not many people like me that do this to help keep this crap out of the landfill. So if you're watching this and you're in Kentucky, might consider getting into it, but do it safely. I'll finish these up and add some more to it. No sooner than I stopped recording there, I picked up another chip, cracked it, smacked it. This hammer had been leaning up. It fell over and knocked all these damn chips. Well, not all, but it knocked a couple of them in the floor. But I thought I'd done lost it all. So be mindful of that. If you've got heavier stuff leaning up, lay it down. Don't knock your payload off in the floor. That could be bad business. There you go. The tip of the day, I guess. Yep, I finished them. There's the epoxy pieces. There's the about 1/4 of a pound, I guess, of fiber pieces, give or take. I don't know. Well, of course, that one's not a fiber piece. Well, that is a fiber piece, but that's a pinless CPU that I stuffed in there earlier. I've got a bunch of those to decap. Yeah, I'll save these. I get a couple of those bags full. It'll be 5 or 6 pounds or so. I don't know. These, I like to save my chips till 20, 25, 30 pounds. I think the last batch I sent in was like 25, 26 pounds. I don't remember. But it was quite a few chips. It wasn't all these. I wish it would have been all those. But it was mixed. Like that bucket there is. That bucket will be about 2/3 to 3/4 full before I'm ready to ship it off to be refined. But I'll fill this jar up about twice with pins. Then there'll be a bunch more of that Goldfinger. There's a bag back yonder in the safe that's got a couple 3 pounds in it of Goldfinger. Yeah, I just wanted to share. Like I said, it was a kind of a somber day, so I just wanted to get out of the house and do a little bit. So I did a little bit. Y'all hold on. I'll put it over here. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.